Sandra! Welcome to another episode of Asexualise, my asexual life. It's the place to be for education about asexuality, all things asexual, and I share my own asexual life journey in order to help you in yours. If you haven't already subscribed, please hit the great big subscribe button below right here, right now. Please hit that bell icon so you get notified of every time I go live like now or post a new video. And don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you find the content useful, helpful, insightful in any way, shape or form, or you just want to give this channel some love. If you didn't know who I am Sandra Bellamy, author of this awesome Asexual Perspectives, 47 Asexual Stories, Love, Life and Sex, a celebration of asexual diversity book. So today we're going to be talking briefly about how to deal with uncertainty if you are asexual. Now, I have to say the inspiration for this post came from Melissa, who helps me run my asexual business group. She keeps the inspirational side of that group going, and she's always posting stuff that I absolutely love the majority of all the time. But not only that, she seems to be quite psychic and knows what to post to kind of motivate me or to help me make decisions. It's really uncanny. She's like my little beautiful angel on this planet Earth, and I really do appreciate her, and I know she watches this channel. So lots and lots of love to you, Melissa. I really do appreciate you. So this is how to deal with uncertainty. This is a post that was in my business group, so that's in my business group, basically I was just really happy to get this post. So basically I'm gonna say this, how to deal with uncertainty, and you can relate a lot of this to anyone in any circumstances. However, I'm going to specifically say how to deal with uncertainty if you are asexual. So on this particular post that Melissa posted in my business group, there are 6 different things you can do if you are trying to deal with uncertainty in your life. Particularly, like I said, going to relate this to asexuals. So one is to focus on what you can control, not what you can't. So this is very important if you're asexual and people around you don't accept your asexual identity. They don't accept you for who you are. Maybe they're not being very nice to you or something like that. Unfortunately, we can't control others' opinions about us. We can't control others' emotions, others' attitudes, others' thoughts towards ourselves. We just can't control that type of thing, right? So in our life, we must focus on the stuff that we can control, which was in our own power and being, not focus on what's out of our control. Because we focus on what's out of our control, guess what we get? We get the feeling of being out of control, which is what we don't want. So we've really got to focus on what we can control. And I know it's really hard, but we've just got to ignore the people who are horrible to us, who are nasty to us, who don't accept us for who we are, and move on with our life. This may be really difficult. You know, if it's some people that are very close to you, then you might have to minimize the time you spend with them. I'm very fortunate that my parents are so accepting. I mean, they're very understanding about my asexuality, but not everyone's as fortunate as I am, you know? And although they've been understanding, you know, like I said the other day, you know, the first female friend I told work, she was just not having any of it. You know, it's like you just haven't met the right person yet. And, you know, the same old story that a lot of asexuals hear time and time again. So, you know, I just don't want that. You know, you know, it's just like, you know, something I can't control, though. I can't control how she thinks, how she behaves, what she believes. And there's a saying, particularly in the entrepreneur world, actually, is that what other people think of you is none of your business. Because at the end of the day, there's nothing you can do about it. So by making it your business, you make it, you know, you upset yourself. Obviously, some people force their opinion on you, right? And unfortunately, you know, there's nothing we can do about that. But to carry the pain on that they've projected onto us or into us is actually doing a disservice for ourselves. And that brings me on to number 2, is make self-care a priority. It's very important that if you have been hurt by family, friends, or people you trusted, you know, about your asexuality, for example, you thought they'd be understanding and then they weren't, You know, you have to make self-care your priority and just leave those people be. There's nothing you can do to change their mind. Only carry on being yourself. That is the best form of defense about your asexuality. It's just being who you are. It's just staying your beautiful asexual self, not going into your shell because of what someone says, but just sticking up for yourself, but taking time out for you, you know. And you know, this leads nicely on to move through your emotions, you know, because part of self-care is to deal with your own emotions. It's very hard sometimes. I know a very, very emotional person I am, you know. My emotions do get the better of me on a number of occasions. I try and manage that well, but it's not always easy, you know. When you're a very, very emotional person, when you're empathetic, an empath basically, you know, you kind of soak up other people's sorrows, you soak up other people's problems sometimes, and it ends up being not your burden to bear, but you do bear it sometimes, you know, because you care, because you love people, because people are in your heart, because you're conscientious, because you want to do good by people. But unfortunately, not everyone in the world is as kind or caring or thoughtful as yourself, and you have to realize that it's up to you to look after yourself. You know, it is up to you to look after yourself. So sometimes this might be taking time out to watch a movie, read a book, listen to some of your favorite music, take a walk in the sun, you know, whatever it takes to get that self-care made a priority. Because when you're emotionally upset and in pain, you need to make yourself care the most prioritized thing so that you can get your life back on track. And one of the things again that's in here is journal your feelings and thoughts. That's very, very, very important, because, you know, in order to get all the pain out from what other people may have tried to project onto you, and if you're an empath, you might have soaked that up, and if you're someone who does get easily hurt, you probably have soaked it up. You need to work through those emotions and feelings by journaling in a diary or in a notebook, you know, letter to yourself. You know, it really helps immensely. Like, I was going through quite a bit of stress a few days ago, you know, because I get these spells of being really stressed, but I haven't suspected it. You know, I've kind of like, oh, I'm fine, but it's subconscious stress that builds up, and then I get dizzy, and then my blood pressure gets low, and it has a knock-on effect, you know. And so I just literally wrote out in my diary, I wrote a list out of stuff, you know. I just put it on a sheet of paper so that I can lose it if I want to, because I don't know what I've done with it. Where is it? Oh yeah, this was this piece of paper here. It's got quite, I'm not going to show you it all, but it's got all these notes on it about stuff that was getting to me at the time. And I did that in the morning, you know, and it, you know, you can do it at night though. If you can't sleep, do it at night and get rid of it, all the thoughts, you know, get them on paper. It's really good. And the reason I kept it on a separate piece of paper is that, yes, I can have the option then of like stapling it to my diary if I want to keep it in there as a reminder of the past and how far I've come later on in life, when obviously I move past this, or I can just get rid of it and screw it up, you know. So sometimes I like to actually do a loose piece of paper, so that way I've got the option. So the next one is to practice gratitude. So this can be another daily thing you do in your diary, or it can be just something you speak out loud every single morning. And you know, I try my best to just think of everything I'm grateful for. You know, at some part of the day, it's good to do it in the morning if you can, you know, and just think, you know, what wonderful you know, we're having wonderful weather, as you can see. I've kept some of the darkness in the room because otherwise you won't be able to see my face. So beautiful weather. I had to go out and get some food shopping today, and I was very grateful and thankful that I had a coupon. Got a £2 coupon, got some fish with it I needed to eat, and so I got a free fish basically. So when we practice gratitude, we need to be grateful for the small things in life. Oh, hi Ray, nice to see you. We need to be grateful for the small things in life, not just for the big things. So yeah, I was really grateful to get a supermarket coupon so I could get a free fish, basically 2 free mackerels. Oh, I was loving that, really loving that. And also when I was on my way back from the supermarket today, I noticed the beautiful flowers as well, because usually when I go into the city, I'm rushing past the quayside, which is beautiful. I do actually look at how beautiful it is, but I usually notice the beauty of it more when I'm on the way back home, not actually when I'm going, because when I'm going, I'm busy thinking I've got a time I've got to stick to because the shop shut early today because it's Sunday when I'm recording this live. And so I didn't really notice it. And then when I come back, I have time to like chill out a bit, and I can look at the beautiful water. There's a little duck bobbing on the water, and there was beautiful flowers, absolutely stunning pink flowers, orange flowers, absolutely beautiful. Now, I hadn't really noticed these flowers that much before. I mean, I've been going past this specific bit under the bridge that goes under the bridge subway, a little tiny subway to go over the bridge to go to the city, and I hadn't really noticed all these flowers. I just walked past it oblivious. But obviously the good thing about this situation that's happening in the world right now is making us pay more attention to nature and making us pay more attention to the things that we haven't been paying attention to so much, because we've been having our heads stuck in all the shopping, clothes shopping and things that we don't necessarily need in our life, rather than the actual things we do need, like trees and friends and family, loved ones and all that type of thing. Pets. I know Ray's got a pet. Beautiful, Tundra. And so we've got to be very grateful and thankful for everything in life. And I just thought, wow, what an amazing lot of flowers. There's about 5 different varieties, I think. I was really, really happy about that. So that's the thing, just practice gratitude, whether it's for very small things, obviously roof overhead, food in our belly, being alive, being healthy, fit and well. These are things that we've got to be really grateful for, because not everyone is. Ray, I got to feed some deers today. Wow, Ray. Now that is amazing. Thumbs up for that. That's amazing. Yeah, that's incredible. Wow. See, that's something to be very, very grateful for, deers, and that in fact you got to feed them. That's lovely. I really like that. Really, really like that. Yeah, really like that. It's incredible, I just like, I've started playing music. I'm really into Latin music, and I haven't played it for ages, so I started playing that yesterday. I was so grateful for Latin music on YouTube. Like, I just love the beats. They're so amazing. They really make me happy. I started playing dance movies again over the last couple of days. I'm like, yes, this is so good. So I'm feeling really good. I'm getting on with my course more now because I'm happier. And this is all what I told you about self-care. And one of the previous things I said you need to do. Self-care is very, very important, because if your mind's not good, if your emotions aren't good, your emotional state, you can't really get any work done. And they become quite poorly. Even if it's not necessarily really massively ill in some ways, you become like poorly within yourself. Do you know what I mean? Right, I play native Indian music when I camp out. Wow, that's incredible, Ray. I do like Bollywood music, and I do like a lot of foreign music, Spanish music, Latin music, African Caribbean music, I think it is, all that type of thing. It's amazing. I have to let you know I've got to go soon, because I've got to be Skyping my best asexual friend. Oh, look, you come on here, Sam. Look at that timing. I have to, I've got to go soon because I'm Skyping my best asexual friend, which is Sam. It's already been arranged. And then Sam just appeared just like that. That's really good. We're telepathic. We got a lot to catch up on. So yeah, the sixth and final thing is to visualize the best future for yourself. Now, sometimes I'm really good at doing this, and other times I'm not so good at doing this. So this is something I really need to practice on. Because I see myself on stage, I see myself doing lots of other things in the future. Sometimes I'm really like, my mind's really in that. I see people in the audience and stuff. And then at other times, I'm not able to think about that as much. So I think it's very important to envision the best future for yourself. And that includes asexuality. You should definitely envisage the best future. So if you're going to come out as asexual, you need to be thinking like positively. So you need two stances. One is to think about the worst case scenario. What's the worst possible case scenario? So you're prepared for it emotionally. so it doesn't hit you like a barge pole and you're like, oh, I didn't expect that. So you just think of the worst possible outcome, not to scare yourself, but to face fear in the eye and say, okay, this is the worst possible outcome that could happen. What would I do in this case scenario? Because once you've got that in place, you kind of got a safety net there. Ignoring the worst case scenario is not actually the best thing to do. But loads of people would tell you, oh yeah, don't think about the worst case scenario. But it's good to think about it, not hold on to it though. You don't want to be dwelling on it, anxiety, fear, negativity. You don't want to be dwelling on this because it's not healthy. But you want to, oh, thanks for the thumbs up, Sam. Can I get a thumbs up from you, Ray? Please, would be nice. I'm camping out again tonight, staying with the deers. That's good, Ray. So yeah, going out in nature is really good at the moment. Spending time with yourself, like I said, is part of the self-care. Thanks for the thumbs up. Is part of the self-care that I said you should be doing. It's very important to look after oneself. But envisaging the future, a good future, is like I said, if you're going to come out as asexual, you haven't already, or there's more people you've got to come out to, just think of the worst case scenario, not to hang on to it, not to be negative, not to, to dwell on it, but you want to just have it just in case that does happen. Then you're not shocked, and it's not a shock to your nervous and emotional state, right? You're prepared for it, you know what you're going to do. But that's it. You kind of park it, let it go. You can write it in your diary or journal, so you've got it there, and you can just put on the page, what to do if things don't go well, or if shite hits the fan, basically, and then you can park it, so you don't have to think about it. This is why journaling is so important, because it gets all your thoughts, feelings and emotions out on paper, so they're not held within you, causing you emotional pain and upset, right? Which is what you don't want. So then you need to envisage the best future. Like, what's the best outcome this could possibly be? Like, if everyone was happy about my asexuality, what would that look like? How much freer would I feel if I came out about my sexuality? How much happiness would I have to be me finally, and not have to live in the shadow of someone I'm not, and how much, just going forward in the future, would there be more opportunities? Just think of, you could be in a relationship with someone who is openly asexual, for example, whereas that door had been closed to you before, because you wouldn't want to get into a relationship with someone who's openly asexual if you're not, would you? But just imagine you can get with more asexuals. You have a bigger pool of people to get with if you want to have a relationship or do dating, for example, with another asexual. And just think you're more open to meeting more asexual friends. The more you actually tell people about your asexuality, you get the word out there, and you're confident, you'll look for more asexual friends. You'll probably likely meet more people that are asexual. I tend to meet more people that either, maybe they're not asexual themselves, but they got an asexual friend. One person I saw from school last year in my local supermarket, and his housemate is asexual. I haven't seen this guy for years, and it's like, wow, that's incredible, And there was someone else I met in another supermarket, and he had a friend that's asexual that I actually did email, because he asked me to email the person, say about my book and my channel. So I did, because he gave me the email address, and it's kind of wow. So I have come across people who know asexuals, but that's only because I talk about asexuality. If I didn't, I wouldn't come across all these people. So this is a benefit of being yourself. So this is like envisaging a best future for yourself, and what the outcome would be. That's the problem when we have anxiety, and we have fears, and we have worries, and we have stress, that we're too busy focused on that and not focused on the best outcome for us, that we can miss opportunities because we're so scared. We're actually not living our best life. We're living in a scared mindset and fearful, and yes, we're always going to have some fears. You're never going to get rid of them. So you've got to go on and live in spite of fear and push through your fears as much as you possibly can, step by step. Obviously, if you're a very anxious personality, you have to deal with one fear usually at a time. Like, I'm really scared right now, how do I deal with this? But then you might have 5 fears come at once. So you journal in the paper, get a piece of paper saying, how can I deal with this? Don't say I can't, because you're going to have to deal with it. How can I deal with this? How can I sort this out? How can I better manage this situation? How can I, how can I do this? What can I do to help myself? Don't think you can't, just think how. You see, how can I do this? It really helps to come up with ideas and solutions, because you need to be solution focused, not problem focused, which I said in a previous video. Solution focused, not problem focused. So you know that whatever comes up in the future in your life, you can deal with anything life throws at you. And you can also know this because you've been through rubbish before, right? Likely if you're asexual, and especially, being different, you're likely been through quite a difficult time as it is. So you've got through things before, and you will definitely get through uncertain times again, right? So just practice self-care, journal, think about your best ever life, and really just practice gratitude as well, and live through those tough emotions and basically take care of your emotional state. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I'm just going to say, Ray, only fear I have is running out of arrows. Rose prepared, Ray, yes. Bless you. Well, you are going outside with the nature and the deers, so, yeah, but you feed the deers. Do you take care of them? That's good. Anyway, Ray's got to go into his nature. It's been lovely to see you again here, Ray. Make some more in the woods. Yeah, make some more arrows in the woods, Ray. I've got to Skype my best friend Sam in chat, so I got to go because I got 3 minutes and I need to be on time. It's very important. Timekeeping is very important, and we got so much to catch up on. So, one of the things to deal with uncertainty is if you've got really good friends to talk to, speak to your good friends, as well, as much as possible. Only if they're good for you, only if they're healthy for you and positive, not negative friends, because that is just going to instill fear into you. Positive friends, right? Positive. So thanks very much for listening. Thanks for tuning in. And thanks very much, Ray. It's lovely to see you. Love you to bits as my friend, as you know. And lovely to see Sam. I'll be seeing you soon. And 1 minute now, is it? Oh my gosh, 1.5. Okay, I'll see you soon and gotta go. And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and hit that great big bell icon to get notified of every time I go live right now. Or post a new video. I spoke to you, Ray. I contacted you recently to ask how you were doing. So there is people contacting you, and we love you lots. Take care, and I'll see you soon. Bye, Ray. Bye, Sam. Subscribe and hit the bell icon. Bye.